everybody. Welcome to Inside the Huddle. It is our show on Thursday night where we look, analyze, and dig in to the NFL. There's my guy right over my shoulder, but I can't do this show without broadcasting partners. Cosell, he had his partners. I've got mine. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to the show. Myers and the Mouse in the house. Dole Whip Dad in the house. We're on the path to Super Bowl. What is that, 51 now? Hard to believe. That many, right? That's crazy.
Just call it Cowboy Super Bowl.
No, we're not going to do that. Kelly sues me when I do that, so I can't do that.
Dreaming. That's what
I
just try to piss off Kelly with my first three words. If I can do it, my job here is done.
Yeah, I just can't do that. So that's unofficial on it. Welcome in, everybody. I see Frosty Stole Christmas in the house. Christine Hickman, Whether or Not with Jazz. Love that name. Disinfinity Daniel, Cricket Fox, Aliens Wear Green Hats. Hey, Darla. Braden's in here. Welcome in. Francisco, Movie Mania. Nick, Jeannie's here. Disinfinity Daniel. Everybody's in house, ready to roll mics here. And Mara, let's get the party started and start talking about some football content. I'm looking forward to week 3 and 4. That's what we're going to address this week as we go through the games and look at who's playing what with games we're doing on the channel. We'll go through and pick and match that. But to start it out, before we get into the first one, let's talk about some hot topics that are going on right now. Let's talk about this one. Be curious to see your guys' input there. It started out as 1 or 2 teams that were interested in Julio. Now that he's been on national TV saying, I want out, there's a lot of teams interested. Those right now are the 6 that we're hearing about. What is your thoughts on where Julio might land? Kelly, I'll start this one with you.
Well, out of these teams that I see here, I think the most desperate is Baltimore, so they probably will pick him up.
Well, thank you for that. Appreciate the love already. RJ, what's up? Welcome in. Todd Gaddy, great to see you. Paul Engel, welcome in as well. I don't know. Jeff, your thoughts? Here, there,
of those, I think, okay, so I said this last week. I think he's still elite. I think people are undervaluing him in the trade rumors that I see. Any team would want him. As a Cowboys fan, he's not coming here. As a Chargers fan, I don't see them. I would love to see him in LA. I think here, I'm looking at the Niners, probably the best chance, but I think there's probably a team or 4 out there that we're not talking about that is going to do something. Because I think it's one of those that we have no idea. And if he's going somewhere, we're all going to go, wow, I didn't see that coming. That's what I think.
Well, it's going to obviously.
I think.
Go ahead, Cal.
I think Seattle's going to fight for him. Actually.
Really?
So I like that, but they've got 2 studs like DJ and who am I forgetting? The other guy who they got another stud. I can't even think of it right now.
Yeah, I mean
they're
and we're going to talk about triplets in a few minutes.
I mean, obviously Russ would love to have him.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough call all the way through. So the other one that's
I see everybody in chat. Hey, everybody.
It's it'll be interesting. I think it's going to be whoever's going to pay for him. That's the key. Atlanta's just not going to.
I will say this: of those 6, I don't think he's going to New England. I don't see that. I don't see any reason for him to go to New England. But other than that, I mean, who wouldn't want him? Honestly,
I mean, you look at those other 5 teams. Besides New England. I don't see New England as a major playoff team this year. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Drew in the moment. What's up, brother? Welcome in. So I think the other 5 teams, he helps to elevate them to a closer level to the, a playoff contender or a playoff commitment all the way through.
I mean, depending on what they give up. But, yeah, if it's draft picks, they're obviously right now better. I mean, he's elite.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, interesting your thoughts. We'll see how that lays out as the season goes on. Let's talk about this one here. It's the spin the wheel on the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes. The one thing I didn't put in there is the Jeopardy logo. I probably should have had that one in there as well. What is your, we keep talking as we go in, and we'll be revisiting this until we figure it out. We kind of chatted a little bit on it last week. I'm hearing more rumblings now that he definitely wants out. I also heard a report come out on the Packers actual channel about how good their new young quarterback is looking in the preseason workouts.
Jordan Love, I bet he does. My backup quarterback looks really good when my starter wants to leave too.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Jeff, your thoughts? Where do you think it's going to actually roll out with Rodgers? Casey's Corner, what's up? Welcome in. Captain Akron, welcome in.
I mean, If you've been following Instagram, he's all over his new girlfriend's Twitter or Instagram. So that's where he's at currently, in somewhere tropical. And her abs are way better than his abs. Just going to throw that out there. Yeah. But I would say it's Green Bay or he sits out. I think it's 98% he's in Green Bay, 1.999% he sits out, and then whatever's left,
just a fallacy.
San Francisco. I think if he could engineer going to San Francisco, he would love that. He's from the area. It's not going to happen. Green Bay's not going to get value for him. It's not going to. I don't see how Green Bay lets him go.
Okay, Kelly.
Yeah, it's Green Bay or out, and I think he's more out than he is in. I really do. I think he's enjoying the beach life a little bit too much, and
he definitely is.
Can't afford to do so. And still not risk a critical injury that could leave him with a limp the rest of his life or something silly like that. I mean, he could step out now and do it in class and style.
There's a lot of Jeopardy money out there.
Anything to prove.
There's a lot of Jeopardy money on the table. He could also do that.
That's right. Like, honestly, we've been joking about it, but if he sat out for a year, they would move him because then they would say, all right, we got to get some value. So what would stop you if you're Aaron Rodgers? You don't want to be where he's at. Your brand new wife is 24 years old and more famous than you. Your tropical islands, you've got jobs. Come on, he can make his money on get him off my commercials. I said it 2 weeks in a row now. He's on every commercial. Jeopardy would pay him for 6 months. He could go do something on Nickelodeon or something. He could be in the NFL or the CBS or the Fox or Amazon. I mean, anybody would pay him a boatload, right?
Right.
To sit on their stand or in their chair. And then he could go play almost anywhere he really wanted if he sat out a year. So if he's serious, I think he sits out. I don't think he will because he's so competitive, but I also think his head is bigger than mine, which is insane to think about. And he might just sit out.
Well, Cricket brings up a great point. It was something that I was thinking while you were talking, Jeff, is if he goes out now, is he a Hall of Famer?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, he's got nothing to prove. He's there. That's
one of the top 5 quarterbacks of all time.
That's a better reason for him to probably set out.
Right. I think if
didn't hurt Jim Brown.
I think if he does sit out and they end up trading him to somebody, I think the one that's going to go after him, to me, the hardest after him at this point would be Washington or Texas. That they could.
Are you talking about right now, or if he sat out?
If he sat out and Green Bay said, "All right, we're your thing," well, let's just try to get something for him. Let's trade his rights to X. Yeah, I think it will be Washington or Texas that'll throw the most at him right now.
So he wouldn't go to Washington.
No,
there's no way he goes to Washington.
Now the one he might go play, even if his rights were traded, he could still sit out with Washington and them and say, "I'm still retired." I would say the one that he would go to and he would play and he would reconsider coming back out of retirement is the Saints, because they've got
maybe. I mean, they've got a good roster and everything. I mean, that would make a lot of sense, in relation to New Orleans. I think it's the Raiders. I think it's the Niners. I think it's LA or LA, and one of those LAs ain't going to get him. The other LA is not going to get him. So it comes down to the Raiders or San Francisco in my brain.
You don't. Well, we're going to talk about I'm going to table that thought until later because we're going to talk a little San Francisco. So let's table that for right now. We'll come back to that same topic.
I like it, Katie.
San Francisco. So Katie McAttack in the house. Great to see you here. Who else did I see? ELS is in house. Love and Disney
ELS, yep.
In house as well tonight with you. All right, let's jump over here. Let's talk about this. 2021 season preview for the AFC North division. It's all play in all division. It's set up for 3 teams to the playoffs from 2020. They talk about Cleveland has a loaded roster. They talk about Baltimore could win it if we have a passing attack. If it improves, they said Pittsburgh's always competitive and Cincinnati on the rise. So my question to you guys that I'm posing tonight, when thinking about the fact that you had the AFC North right now has 8 titles in it, 6 of them in Pittsburgh and 2 in Baltimore, none in Cleveland, none in Cincinnati. Any of these 4 teams in your final Super Bowl?
No.
Okay.
In the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
No. Playoffs, yes.
I mean, playoffs? I think it's too early in early June, but no.
Okay. Just in your initial thoughts of looking into the scope, if you had to play it out. Okay, because we're going to talk later on in the year, the week before the season starts, we're going to make all of our picks, and you can find out who all the guys think then. So interesting to see. I think 3 of the 4 teams have a chance for the playoffs, and I think the Bengals are going to get scary over the next couple of years. They got their quarterback. They got a number 1 wideout. They're building their team. They protect that quarterback. Like they do. It could be interesting. We'll talk more about them a little later.
My 2 hot AFC North takes are Pittsburgh doesn't win the division, and the Bengals win a playoff game before the Browns do. Those are my 2 hot AFC North takes.
I like it. That's it. Kelly, your response to that?
I have no response to it. I have to. Oh God, I hate saying this. I have to agree with you.
You're doing that a lot this season already. We're just getting started.
He's making some sense, and
Sorry.
It just pains me, but he's got a very valid point. I agree.
Okay, like it. I love it.
I like what they're doing.
I think of these 4 teams. The Ravens have got the strongest things going on right now. Steelers are the Steelers. We'll see which ones show up this year. But Baltimore's got some motion going and momentum, and they're doing well. So
I think Pittsburgh added one piece of the puzzle they were missing last year, and that's a quality running back. If that kid steps up, that's going to help him. That kid may be worth 1.5 wins for him, just adding a running tack in to keep some pressure off of Ben. So we'll see.
I just think there's so much on Ben's shoulders, and he's elite and a first ballot Hall of Famer and amazing. And I just don't. I think at some point he breaks down. I think there's too much on his shoulders. I just don't see it. I mean, he's better than me. He keeps proving me wrong, but we'll see.
We'll see. All right. Let's jump on next topic. Next topic is this. Last season, Washington was the only NFL team to go from worst to first in its division. Okay? 3-13 up to 7-9. Now, okay, but still it is first place. Of the teams pictured there with the logo, do any one of those teams have a chance this season to do it, to go from worst to first?
Sure.
Which
you
one?
Want Kelly or me? Who do you want to go first?
No, you go first, Jeff.
Well, I mean, I hate the Eagles, so I'm not going to talk about them, but they would have a shot, but they're not going to because of my Cowboys, but they would have a shot. And the Falcons, I really like that they kept Ryan. I don't know why they're not going to be amongst the teams that are going to make the playoffs in the NFC. You'd have to explain to me how they're not going to be a playoff team more than explain to me why they're going to be a playoff team. So, yeah, I think the Falcons look really good. I think that offense is going to be hard to stop, and I hate the Eagles. I'm not going to say anything nice about them.
Okay. Kelly, your thoughts?
The Donkeys, I mean, the Broncos aren't going to go anywhere this year because of my Chiefs. Of these teams, I would be more apt to look at the Falcons or the Jaguars.
Okay. I'm going to say no, but I'm going to say I think there's 3 teams that are going to make an impact in their division much bigger than – they're not going to go worst to first, but they're going to make a huge impact and change their division around, and that is the Jaguars, the Jets, and believe it or not, the Lions. I think the Lions have made a change there. I think the new quarterback change and some of the other stuff they're doing, I think they're going to give some people a fit over there and change their division a little bit. The Jets are going to be improved. They're still not there yet. Will they do better than they have in that division? Yes. Are they going to beat Buffalo? No, they're not. Are they going to beat Miami overall? No, but I think they can be a side. And I think the Jaguars are going to be much improved too. And the same thing. I don't think they're ready to beat the Titans yet, but I think they're going to be improved and do that. So I thought that was an
I agree with everything you said. I mean, maybe not the Lion thing you said, but everything else I agree with totally. I mean, the Lions downgraded at quarterback. That's enough for me.
I think a change of pace for him is going to be fantastic. And
I like him. I don't have a problem with their quarterback. It's still a downgrade for Matthew Stafford.
Well, I think that it went up for the Rams, honestly. You think you like Stafford better with the Rams? I do too. I think both teams are going to benefit. I think the Rams will benefit more because there's more talent around Stafford.
I think you're right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
Okay, cool. Well,
Movie Mania Nick says, Jets still need a lot more pieces to improve. I would agree with that.
I agree. I think they're going to keep focusing on the line that they have to build around. And while I'm saying that, guys, anybody that has my number that wants to call in tonight, you're welcome to do so. If you have a counterpoint you'd like to talk about, phone lines are open. Feel free to call in if you'd like to call in.
Kelly, we need to have different jokes when we're going for. I should have called you. Is what I should have. Oh, shit.
All right. Let's talk about this.
We crack ourselves up.
Top triplets in the NFL right now. These are the top-rated triplets as the NFL has put out in their opinion. Rodgers, Jones, Adams, 1. Mahomes, Edwards-Helaire, and Kelsey, 2. Then you got Prescott, Elliott, Cooper, 3. Wilson, Carson, and Metcalf, 4. Cousins, Cook, and Jefferson, 5, which kind of surprised me they were higher. Hebert, Eckler, Allen, 6. I think they should be higher than Minnesota myself. Allen, Moss, and Diggs, the fact that they're down at 7 is there. And 8, this is their top 8, Brady, Jones, Evans. Do you agree with this list, Kelly? Do you think it's right, accurate? Is it missing a triplet? What is your thought? Tell me.
I'm thinking, so I'm going to get booed, but I think number 2, the Chiefs should be first.
Oh.
God help me. Cowboys should be second. I think the Cowboys should be second. Seattle should be third. Green Bay should be fourth.
Interesting. I like that.
And then from there, I can agree with the rest of them from that point.
Okay.
But I don't think it. I really don't. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's going to play out that way this year either.
Okay.
I think the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys have a better triplet set than Rodgers, Jones, and Adams. I just do.
Okay.
Gosh dang.
Jeff?
What is wrong with me?
Jeff, your thoughts?
So I swear I'm not saying this because Kelly was just nice. The Chiefs are number 1 on this one. I mean, come on. The Chiefs are number 1 on this one. And I hate Kelsey. I think Minnesota's probably higher. I think Buffalo should be higher. I don't know where I'd have to think this through a little bit. You know, as much as I love my Cowboys, I'd probably put the Cowboys 2 and then Buffalo. And I'd probably put Buffalo 2 and Cowboys. I don't know. I'd have to think about this for a minute. But I think Casey's number 1 and now I need like a breath mint or something now that I said that.
I agree. Rome's, welcome in. Great to see you, buddy. Rome's put it into the chat, and I was thinking it, the same thing. One I think that's missed, I think it's above Brady, Jones, and Evans, is Tannehill, Henry, and A.J. Brown. That's a triplet there in Tennessee. That
I agree. That's a good call. Yes. What Rome's and Pete said. I agree.
Absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see as it rolls out what triplets. The NFL said they're going to put out a thing at the end of the year of where they ranked out as opposed to what they put out there. And we'll take a look at the top 8 and see who jumped in or who didn't. Living it is, I'm trying to think of a reason to convince Kelly that the Chiefs are not number 1. Well, right now you can keep thinking. In the AFC, they are number 1, still. So
Space Mountain Dave clearly has been drinking.
I love Space Mountain. He's a good guy. All right, let's talk.
I want to hear. Wait. I want to have Dad Bill's clip. Jeff saying that Kansas City's number 1. That's what I want to hear.
I'll make sure I get that.
I need somebody to put it to music. And
he's on vacation. You leave him alone.
Welcome in, Limited Diz, good buddy Corey. We'll see him throughout the year. Jenny Prig, what's up? What's up? Limited Diz, they're better than Pat. They're going out in the chat. I love it. So let's talk about this. This is NFL put this out. I thought it was pretty interesting. It's the top 25 NFL players under 25. Under 25. Kelly, I'll let you take a look at this list first and tell me what you think. Is Lamar Jackson number 1? Are
we talking about what they've already done or moving forward or both?
We're talking about coming into this year. Okay, because remember, some of them Chase Young only has a year under his belt. He's just starting out. So these are guys that were in the league right now, already under 25, and they're saying that these are the top players under 25 in the league right now. So you can't look at a rookie that hasn't played yet. Somebody like, our guy from Atlanta that came out of Florida. You can't look at
Trevor, Zach. Okay.
Kelly, you're first.
I'm looking up something here for to say. Okay, under 25. Okay.
Yes.
Now I can.
Here, let me see if I can figure this out. Kelly's brain said, "Where's Patrick Mahomes on the list?" Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was trying to remember if he was 24 or 25, and then I was going to start screaming. I'm just saying, I had to look it up. I did. So under 24.
Right, Katie, me too.
All right.
Me too.
Do you rank it out that way? Is Bosa the best defensive player under 25?
No.
Is Lamar the best quarterback out of the ones that there's a lot of thoughts there.
See, I think this is. I don't know if I agree with even ranking this itself. In my opinion, it's kind of that's like which flavor of ice cream is the best at Ben and Jerry's. Okay. They're very good.
Christy J. Good. Welcome in, Christy J.
Hi, Christy.
Living at Diz throws it out there for me. Number one is Lamar Jackson, but only by default. Hebert should be second, Murray should be third, and Metcalf should be fourth. Interesting.
You want my hot take?
I do, Jeff.
I can respect that. I can respect that.
I want your
absolutely.
Hot.
Chase Young number 1, DK number 2.
Ooh.
Herbert, not Hebert. I loved Hebert too, but Herbert number 3, Lamar number 4, which seems a little sacrilegious because one of them's got an MVP. But I'm talking about moving forward. I do think
I like Chase Young. He's an incredible defender.
He's the best player on that list, guys. I love Justin. Lamar's got an MVP. Bosa's a stud. Chase Young is a freaking beast.
Yes, he's a monster. Ray J, welcome in. Great to see you here with us.
Ray J.
I think the one that has the most upside here,
right,
that nobody's really looked at yet, Alexander, Jair Alexander. I watched that kid play for Green Bay a little bit. The kid can flat out bring it. So he's the one that has a ton of potential that hasn't.
If I was drafting, if I had no team at all and I had to draft, I'd be taking Herbert because he's a quarterback.
Right.
If I already had a quarterback, I was taking the best football player. It's Chase Young. And Disfinity, you're right. I feel like I have that. You know when you got that little throw up taste in there? I need 2 breath mints now because I said something nice about don't call me the Redskins.
All right. This is a unique topic. This came out today. I know we're talking NFL, but I wanted to bring it up and get your guys' opinions. USFL is back. It's coming back. They have an investor. He's going to have 8 teams. He's bought the rights to several of the team names, including Baltimore, including the Jersey Generals, and several others. It'll be back in 2022. It's going to be interesting. I just wanted your initial take on the thoughts of what the USFL used to be. The XFL has come out twice and failed. It's spring football. Do people want the football in the spring? I don't know. But just your thoughts. Jeff, I'll let you randomize on this one.
I can make this successful in 20 seconds or less. Ready?
Yeah.
Somebody put the clock on me. Don't get pissed off. Don't think it's a political opinion. Just relax and tell me I'm right when I'm done talking.
Welcome in.
Donald Trump takes the team in wherever, New Jersey Generals he had, and Patrick Mahomes shows them the finger and goes plays for Donald Trump. Ratings freaking bonanza. It wouldn't even matter what else happens. Somebody pay me.
Well, Trump did own the USFL team originally. He did own the general team, the New Jersey Generals. I think Trump's got more things.
And Herschel's going to be a senator by then, so
Herschel could be
perfect.
Trump may be in the California Penal League. We don't know where he'll be playing. But Kelly, your thoughts?
New York. They want
your thoughts on the USFL possibly coming back?
Look, I've always thought this honestly, and there's going to be people that if I get hate mail, I'm sorry. Why? If you want to throw away money, I'll give you my P.O. box. Feel free to just put it in the shoebox to my P.O. box. The only thing that I like about this is it does give people that could not or do not or, play anymore or weren't able to play or whatever, it gives them an opportunity to enjoy themselves and enjoy the game. I'm okay with that. But as far as a business venture,
Yeah.
I do find it interesting that they keep trying,
box.
Right? NFL has kind of cornered the market on how to do football. They've been established forever, and everyone that's tried to go up against them so far has failed in the big picture because instead of looking at it as an alternative, as a unique thing, that's what this gentleman who has purchased the rights to this and wants to invest, he's not looking at it to go up against the NFL. he's looking at it. It's incremental football when there is no football is the way he's tasking it right now.
So Pete, let me ask you, because you're the one to ask. I know you're a big wrestling fan. Obviously, that makes you a Vince McMahon fan, I'm assuming. If Vince couldn't make it work, how is some guy we've never heard of going to make it work?
Well, the biggest thing that Vince wanted to do when he did it originally was make it, where it was more physical and more violent and, this and that. And it didn't work.
Camera friendly.
Yeah, he wanted it less family friendly, more, that whole nature. But it just, the bottom line to me comes down, I see the public, John Q. Public knows the NFL. They follow the NFL. The NFL is it. That's the way it is. It's like, to me, it's like the soccer league in Europe. You can have all the DC soccer you want, locally around America, but you're not going to overtake what they do in Europe. That's where people go. People come to the NFL for this. It's just like CFL's been around for years. Has the CFL ever had a chance to overtake anything with the NFL? No, absolutely not.
But that's probably not the goal. I mean, I don't know much about this, but the CFL is a successful league. I'm assuming it's a profitable league. The USFL, the fact that they're calling it the USFL tells me it's not going to work. I mean, they're going for, it's not going to work. I loved the USFL back in the day, by the way, but
I just thought it was interesting.
Here's how I think about it. Okay. It's the difference between Disney and Wally World from Vacation.
Like it.
But I'll watch it on TV because, yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
I like it.
It's not going to work.
Okay. Let's talk about what we have coming up here, which is pretty good on the channel. We'll get into week 3 analysis real quick. Coming up on the channel this year, we did this last year. We had a Pickle League on this channel for football. We're going to do it again this year. It is free to enter. Absolutely free. I got to go over here and put the link in real quick. So let me pull this up. The Pickle League will be very simple. You go in each week. You pick a team to win. If you pick it right, then you get a point for winning your game. We keep track of the wins. Unfortunately, I hate to say this out loud. Jeff was in contention.
Say it. Really? Hold on, I couldn't hear. Say, everybody listen up. What, Pete?
Jeff was in contention all the way through the whole entire year last year for winning the whole thing. It is a lot of fun. The link is in the chat right now. It is free to get in. Absolutely free to join the Pick'em League. You can only get one entry per person. And we have a $150 gift card that will be presented to the winner. I already have our sponsor for the event, Clean Look Cleaning Services out of New Hampshire, Manchester, New Hampshire. CleanLook.com is where they can be found. 30 minutes and up in commercial cleaning. They're absolutely fantastic. They stepped up. They are paying for the league, the cost of the league, which is roughly about $150 to use the league itself, to use the website, and they're paying $150 for us to give away a Visa gift card. So if you need cleaning services up in that New England area, or if you know of somebody that does, let them know about Clean Look. But this is going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't entered, go over there tonight, get into it, join it. We're going to have fun. We'll talk about who's winning it, not Jeff this year. We'll talk about who's winning it. We'll talk about who's winning it. Every time at halftime, we're going to give you updates on this. So I thought that was pretty good. So, all right, let's get into week 3 here, guys. These will be the games that we'll be featuring on week 3. First game up, Texans and the Carolina Panthers. For a Texans analysis, I'll start with Kelly, and then Jeff will come in second. Let's talk about the Texans coming into this year. I threw a little bit of information up there, some of their outstanding draft picks they have. Of course, J.J. Watt is gone, and they got a new head coach. Kelly, your thought on the craziness going on in Houston right now? They don't even have a quarterback right now.
Well, maybe that guy from Green Bay might go over there and play for a while or something. Or my high school team's got a quarterback. And anyway, I'm thinking the Panthers on this one. I just can't. I don't think Texans are going to get their crap together in time to be able to start off the season strong enough to make a difference.
Okay. Jeff?
Sorry, Jeff.
No, that's good. Casey's Corner, I totally agree. No taking any. Number 2, here's the thing about the Texans. My hot take on the Texans, they ran out of people for their GM to give away. So who cares? And Christian McCaffrey's going to be back, and he's going to be on everybody's MVP list. So they're going to roll.
Well, and McCaffrey coming back. I mean, they made some moves.
Okay.
They picked your guy, Jeff. I wanted you to talk about him. You love J.C. Horn. You're a big.
Oh, they did. That's right. I was confused. Yep, I do love him. There was a couple DBs I really wanted the Cowboys to get, and he was one. I really like. Okay, I love Christian McCaffrey. I think Sam Darnold is way better than the general public is pretending like he is.
Okay.
And I mean, to talk about the draft pick, I love J.C. Horn. So, and I mean, it's just Texans. They're not going to be good. Christian McCaffrey.
It's going to be a better game than people expect, but I think Carolina is going to be much better in that division. I agree with Jeff. Darnold's going to show something down there. I think he's always had the talent, never had the time to throw. I
agree.
And
I think he'll be a top half of the league quarterback by the end of the year.
Kelly, are you familiar with J.C. Horn?
Especially if McCaffrey's healthy. Sorry.
No.
An incredible cornerback. His timing on jumping passes is he puts the honey badger to shame. He's that good. He's that impressive. Yeah.
I love me some honey badger. That's pretty good.
This kid is impressive. His first step on a ball is just unreal. So it's definitely interesting. It'll be interesting. All right, let's jump down to our second game. That will be the Thursday night game. Let's talk Sunday 1 p.m. I'm going to be doing this game here. Detroit and my Ravens at home. Talk a little bit about this. I know Detroit's made some changes. I'll let Jeff start. So I'm throwing NFC, AFC around there. Jeff, your thoughts on this game with the Ravens and Detroit and those two teams?
I mean, it's too easy to pick on the Lions, but I think the Lions take a step back, and that's saying something. At some point, you got to stop going backwards. They're up against the wall, and your boys are going to be pretty good. I think your boys are going to win the division easy. I think it's a blowout.
Okay, Kelly?
Ditto.
Okay.
Next.
They did pick up a great draft with Penei Sewell when the Lions got him.
Mm-hmm.
I think the golf move was good for them. Of course, they're putting Megatron in the Hall of Fame this year. They did get Brashad Perryman, who we had here. He was a number one draft pick for us at one point. We'll see what he does over there if he absolutely decides to step in.
Megatron, the first guy to only play for one team, and when he goes to the Hall of Fame, they put on another hat on him because he doesn't want to wear the Lions hat.
Which is amazing, absolutely. The games we're talking about, everybody, too, just so you know, for Week 3, these are the games that I'm focused on doing on the channel, so we'll be broadcasting them as well and having fun. We will be doing, just like we did last year, live interaction, watching the games. The boys will be in with me as much as they can. When they can't, Mouse Talk or Diz Our Dream will join us. Diz Our Dream will be our first go-to, Mouse Talk our second, and trying to, keep it going and keep the action in if somebody has a family event or a work event that comes up. Here's going to be a good one. Sunday Night Football, Week 3, Green Bay, San Francisco. You got to go into it right now thinking that Rodgers is there. That's the way I would say that we're thinking it right now, because until somebody tells me differently, he is. So let's
in Green Bay or in San Francisco, one of the two for sure.
He's in the game.
Yeah.
Kelly, why don't you start this one up?
I got to go with Green Bay on this one. I do. I feel that they're solid enough that for this game, and I just don't think the other team is that solid yet. They're still working on things, in my opinion. They're good, but they're not great.
Okay. Jeff, 49ers, Green Bay, What are you thinking? They just got this kid on the line up there coming in, Lance, who I know you love. Thought a lot of him.
I do.
Okay, talk about your thoughts.
I think the Niners are going to be – is this game in San Fran? I think
it is.
I think they'll be favored to win this game. It's hard in June to predict the winner. I don't know who's going to be the quarterback for either team. That's crazy to make a prediction on a game.
Yeah.
So with all those caveats out there, if the Niners figure out quarterback, I think everyone will be picking them to win the NFC West. And that's a stacked division. I would have to disagree with my Kansas City or Orlandoian, whatever he is. I think the Niners are the biggest wild card in the NFC this year.
Really? Wow.
And I think there's a wild card of even if Aaron Rodgers is there, they implode because, here's
the thing. I think Kansas City has set the precedence for the league right now of this is the new way to go at it. If you look at the changes that were made, San Francisco traded up to the 3 spot to get this kid, Lance, to bring in. And then their second pick is Banks up there, who's a stud lineman.
Yeah.
So they're going for protection for the kid. They're looking to mirror what they did down there in Kansas City, which is a mobile offense that can throw. And you got a mobile offense that can throw. Look, let's be honest. Whether we like Kelly, love Kelly, whatever you feel about Kelly, his Kansas City team is going to be there for the next 5 or 6 years. They did the smart things. They worked out the contracts right. People want to stay there. They want to play in that city. So that's a tough call. And now it looks like the Ravens are trying to follow that stuff. San Francisco's trying to follow it, and it's more teams following that path.
Living in Diz, I agree. I think Jimmy G will probably be the quarterback. We were talking about week 3 here, so I think he'll, or week, whatever it is, week 3, week 4. I think he'll probably still be the quarterback. I actually can see if Jimmy G is above average, he starts all 16 games probably, and they let Trey wait a year. Which he's like 14 years old or something. He's not even allowed to date yet. He's a little kid. So I think that the future is bright in San Francisco.
I agree with JD Pridge. Niners need to live up to the potential. And I just don't think they have.
Okay, that's a great point.
I bet Jeff thinks that this is one of your little in the whole teams that's gonna.
I do. I don't, and I think believing that Trey Lance doesn't play much, if at all, this year.
Okay.
So I think that the future is bright there in San Francisco.
I love it. It's all speculation, as you said. It's early. It's early in the year. Matt Watcher, thanks for signing up for the poll. Jamie Williams, welcome in as well. I think this kid Lance has a ton of potential. Obviously, he played in a smaller school from where he came out of, but the kid can flat out run. He looks to me like a younger version of Mahomes. I don't know if he'll come up to that level of talent, but his instincts remind me of Mahomes when he was in college for how he could move, jump. He would dance away from it, so it's interesting.
This draft could go down as one of the great quarterback drafts ever. Now, it also could turn out to be nothing because drafts are drafts. Katie, I totally agree with you, by the way.
Yeah,
but
be fun. Can they make that transition though from the college? That's the question. Can they make the smooth transition? And there's no doubt Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes had he grew up in that, so it was easier transition for him, in my opinion. And he did it with style, and he did it with class. Some of these guys didn't come with that kind of background to help them make that transition. So can they do it? Can they maintain and get there?
And he all those things are true. And he got drafted a little bit later, not late, but a little bit later, and giving him a freaking great roster to grow up with. So all kinds. Oh, that would be amazing living in Diz. I don't think so, but that would be amazing.
Living in Diz.
Anyway, we talked a lot about that.
He's getting traded to Denver, brother. I don't see that happen. They just drafted him.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Week 3, Monday night. Big one. Philadelphia, Dallas, Monday Night Football, Week 3. That should be a good one. I will, I'm going to let Kelly start this so Jeff can come in with his counterpoint at the end. Let's start with Kelly with the Eagles keys. There's some of the Eagle keys. I'll highlight them first before. Let me highlight real quick before you start. Kerrigan new, okay? Landon Dickerson was a big center they drafted out of Alabama. The kid's a monster. And, of course, they got Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy. Kelly, your thoughts?
Well, they're playing against the Cowboys.
Okay.
So we'll just leave it at that. No, I'm kidding.
That's right.
The Eagles, they're continuing to up their game. I think they're going to do better this year than they did last year. They've got some better key players in the positions that they were needing, but I don't think they're bringing it this year. I don't. And against Dallas, look, we just talked about Dallas and their triplets. I think they're going to give them a real nice run.
Okay.
So I think Dallas is just going to put the kibosh on them, and it's going to be a hurting. It's not going to be a blowout game, but they're not going to have a lot of options.
I'd like to point out that while you were talking about Philadelphia at the beginning, about how good they were, Jeff was looking at you with the look of,
I'm your huckleberry.
Let's go. So
that's right, baby.
Jeff,
bring it.
Your Cowboys had some big additions. Micah Parsons, a huge pick. I thought that was a great pick out of Penn State. Of course, you did have what I consider one of the heart and souls of the Cowboy defense in Lee retiring. Your thoughts on this game?
First of all, hey, Jesse. I think that the Eagles are the only team that has a chance to win the NFC East that aren't the Cowboys. That said, we really need to win this game because the early schedule for Dallas is a beast.
Yeah.
Now I like us to have a nice run in the second half, but the early schedule is a beast. So this could be a really, really huge loss for us if we were to lose. So again, it's June, and I don't want to say a make or break game in week 3. But I also hate that the Eagles drafted Smith because that kid is dynamic. I don't believe in the quarterback that they have in Philly as much as the one they got rid of. So I like the Phillies to be bad, but I need myself to be right on this one.
Gotcha. Okay. I like it.
Gabriel.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Sorry, last game was 37-17, Dallas. I think it's gonna be. Somebody put it in here. What'd they put? Somebody put in here. Eagles are going to do what they did. They're going to start off kind of strong, and then they're going to fizzle out. I don't think they have the ability to make it.
Yeah, I don't either, but
they will.
I hate our early schedule. Living in Des, I don't disagree with. I love Jane Slater. Like Jane, give me a call. I love Jane Slater. But
they lost to the Browns.
I'm off. I'm thinking about you.
I want to welcome in Gabrielle Montoya joining us. Magic of the Mouse. Good to see you, Bill.
Magic of the Mouse. Yeah, I'm affiliator.
Partner channel for us as well, and for Kelly and Jeff.
Hey, Nathan.
Doing a lot with Magic of the Mouse radio is fantastic. I do think Living Diz had a great point there. Excellent with the Slater comment. And Mr. Willie 95 is in house. Great to see you, Mr. Willie. Nathan Rada has joined us. It's a party here, hanging out on the channel. Thank you for being here, everybody. Let's look in to now going into want to highlight the gentleman on the screen so you know who they are. This is Kelly Myers in the Mouse, co-broadcasting partner with me, Jeff Dole Dad. Kelly broadcasts from the parks consistently doing Disney content. You'll see him in here. Obviously, his team is Kansas City. Jeff Dole Dad does creator help in helping those grow. He does sports. He does Saturday stuff with his daughter, which is fantastic. Nerd talk, I guess, in your own version. A lot of Star Wars talk and everything. Check out their channels. All their links are available in the body and description of this video, and you're going to see them a lot this year. Matthew ZNDN, welcome in. Great to see you. Let me throw out a question here. Like that. Here comes one of the questions for tonight. Let's see what we got. Let's see what your response. Kelly, we'll go first with you on this one. Jeff will take first on the second one. What is your response to will the Chiefs win a third straight Super Bowl? Kelly, your thoughts?
Will they make a third straight Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Can I give you a hint?
It rhymes with Josh Allen.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Yes, they will make their third straight Super Bowl. Okay. I truly believe they'll make it. Now, I'm not going to call that they're going to win it. Their goal is any team is they're going to run the board this year. That's every bowl that made news. I'm like, why does that make news? That's everybody's goal for every team in the NFL. We're going to win every game, right? But to make the third straight Super Bowl, I think they will. Okay. And I'm not going to pick up their win or lose at this point. I want to see what's going on. I want to see if this magic and this chemistry and this front line does what it's supposed to do.
Okay. Jeff, your thoughts?
Jeff?
January snowstorm. We're all watching it. Thankful that we're not in Buffalo, as Buffalo sends Mahomes home and Josh goes and gets his first Super Bowl.
Wow. And here's my thoughts. I say no that they don't make the Super Bowl, and I'll tell you why. I think that there's a lot more competition in the AFC, which makes it tougher for them. I do say that they are one of the two teams in the AFC Championship game. I just think that it's going to be tough for them. It depends on how the run goes. If they don't play the right schedule the right way and they end up with a record that makes them have to go through 2 or 3 of the top teams, it'll be tough. You can show that all you want. We're still going to throw that out there. All right, let's go to question 2 before Kelly has an aneurysm. Jeff, I'll let you start this one out. Here's the question. Which first-round rookie quarterback will have the most wins this year? Trey Lance or
This year,
and why?
This year? Mac Jones, because Trey Lance is likely going to start no games. Certainly he won't score. 8 games would be a shock. I think Mac has much better chance of being the starter, at least for some of the games. Trey Lance has a better chance of sitting for all 27 weeks in the 16-week season.
Okay, Kelly, you're up. What are you laughing at, Kelly? Laughing at Mr. Willie?
Oh, Mr. Willie. Mr. Willie always makes me laugh. Casey will make another run for the Super Bowl if they fix the offensive line. Agreed. And Dallas will make it to the toilet bowl.
Mr. Willie getting all
It must suck living in North Carolina with no football knowledge out there. Like, what the heck? Love you, Mr. Willie.
Kelly, who has more wins?
Okay. I agree with Mac Jones. I actually, God, I'm telling you, I need to take my medication. I'm agreeing with Jeff again.
Love it when that happens.
Okay, interesting. All right, let's go on here. Let's start on week 4. Week 4, Thursday night game we will be doing is going to be a good one here. 2 of the future stars of the league, I think. Bengals and Jacksonville. Jeff will start out with this one. Let's start talking about this one. Let me highlight Jacksonville or Bengals first. They had Jamar Chase, their big pick, which is a tie-in with the quarterback. They know each other from LSU. And I thought it was interesting. Chase coming out early. I'm going to break every record they got at the Bengals. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to break every record they have. Jeff, what do you say on this game?
Well, first of all, a wide receiver with a big ego, who would have thunk? Cricket, I love Justin Fields, but we haven't talked about it yet. The Bears. I really like Joe Burrow. I think he's obviously that's a pretty horrific injury. So a lot of if he comes back strong. I love that they got Chase. I think the bigger issue there is that offensive line. But so I don't know that I think the team's going to be good yet. I do think though, if the next couple of drafts they get a line, they're going to be. I really like what they got going on there. They just need an offensive line. But we're talking about Jacksonville, who I actually think's got a better roster right now. I think if you're a draft nut like me, you've got to watch this game. These are 2 of the elite. I mean, 2 first-round picks in a row, right? I mean, you're talking about Trevor and Burrow, right? Do I have the game right? I hope I do. Absolutely. So that'll be a lot of fun. Magical Mouse says, do the Chargers still play in the NFL, or did they get demoted to the Spring League? They're going to win the AFC West. Yes, I said that.
Okay. Kelly, Jaguars, obviously, they're all the talk right now. Not only did they get Trevor, they got NTN, which is a great running back. They had a very solid draft. Your thoughts on this upcoming game?
So, first off, I would encourage everyone to provide a super chat so we can pay for the drug screen that Jeff needs. Because obviously he's smoking something. I would just say that this game, to me, is going to be too close to call. Well, there you go. There's a problem. He's eating or drinking Pepsi, so that's he'd be
and Sonic,
my friend.
Sonic signature cheese sauce. Look out!
So I would just say that I say this game's too close to call. I would agree. This will be a game to watch. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be, but I wouldn't call this game right now.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
I like it. Week 4, Sunday, 1:00. This will be an interesting one. Game day live. I thought, let's go check out Washington and Atlanta. Tried to find some different teams. Hadn't done the rest of the year. We'll start off with Kelly on this one. Washington this year picked up Fitzpatrick, had a nice running back in Davis they picked up. They still don't have a name. They have an owner that's a clown. What do you say on this one, Washington, Atlanta?
First off, it's like it goes against everything in my fiber of my being to even call Washington a football team anymore because they can't make up their mind on a team name, and
that's why they're going with that. They want to prove to us that they're a football team.
Bill throws out.
They're not telling us; they're convincing themselves. That's what you're saying.
It's Washington D.C. They're like politicians. If we say it enough, they'll believe it. Football team. Football team. Football.
Fair enough. I'm going to pick Atlanta for this game. I think the Falcons are going to be a strong team this year.
Okay. Kelly likes Atlanta. Jeff, they picked up Kyle Pitts in the draft, probably to me one of the best players in the draft. Add him in, bar none. He's going to be a stud over there. What do you say over there on Atlanta and Washington?
I like Atlanta's offense a lot. I don't know how you wouldn't. It is, oh my goodness, especially if they don't have to trade away the receiver who's pissed off. Now that said, don't tell me I can't call you the Redskins. I love those two edge rushers,
Yes.
Young and is it Montez? Whoever.
Yeah.
They're going to create all kinds of havoc, and the not Redskins are going to win a whole bunch of games because that's not stoppable.
Okay.
If you get a tackle or two, you got to have to stop them both. If you've got good tackles, you're going to beat the Skins every time. So I think Atlanta wins this game. I think it's going to be 5,000 to 5,000. A lot of sacks. It'll be fun to watch.
Okay, I like it.
I don't think I answered your
I
question.
like it. Bill Magic Mouse says the over-under on when they actually get a name. I say it's probably 3 years. Is 2.5 is probably the years in time. Let's see, that was pretty good.
Just about the time they convince everybody that they're not going to change their name and everybody buys their merchandise is the time they'll change their name.
So they can get more money.
I agree.
Yes.
Schneider's punking us all. He's got 3 different franchises of jerseys to be able to sell in 2 or 3 years. I think he's keeping the Washington football team for a while for fully marketing reasons. I also think it's a little bit of a middle finger to everybody who said you got to change your name.
I got it. And again, phone lines are open for anyone that has the number that wants to call in. DC has the Capitals and the Nationals. Picking a name isn't that difficult. Katie McAttack throws out there into the chat. So,
Katie, I'm liking your stuff tonight.
Yep, phone lines are open
Katie.
for everybody that wants to call in. Sunday night, week 4. This is when the fun begins. We go New England and Tom Brady playing against each other. Bill versus Tom. Kelly, why don't you start it off? Let's go over there. The Bucs had a good draft. They picked up Joe Tryon. I like this kid out of Washington. He can flat out play. They picked up the quarterback out of Florida, which I thought was an interesting pick down there for looking possibly somebody behind Tom Brady. Their number 2 pick was a tackle out of Notre Dame. And, of course, they're putting a Hall of Famer in this year. Big year for them with John Lynch going in. What do you think about this game, Kelly?
I'm picking them, believe it or not. As much as I don't want to even mention their name right now because of last year, I just don't see the Patriots doing well this year. I just don't. I think this is a strong team that is going to do very well this year that people are going to have to watch out for. They have momentum. Last year, the last game they played, they had fun playing that game. And that was the key difference. And I think they're going to continue on with that, and they've added more to the roster, more weapons. I think they'll do well. I think they're going to have to take this game.
Interesting. Okay. Well, and here, the draft class for New England was solid. Of course, Mac Jones. Their second pick was a defensive lineman in Barry Moore, who I like. Just a hard edge rusher in him. Of course, you had Edelman retire, and they picked up everybody and their mom they could find that was available. Hunter Henry, Aguilar, Jonnu Smith, just to name a few. And, of course, my linebacker up there, Jordan, that left the Ravens to go up there. Jeff, what say you, Patriots, New England? Do the Patriots even have a chance, or should Living and Diz just go out and get drunk right now and just stay that way until the game's over?
Living in Diz, I love you. And this year I'm going to have more fun even than I did last year making fun of your Patriots because they're going to be even worse. Magically Mouse, I totally agree. That accountant thing is hilarious. Yeah. What I'm looking forward to, is this week 4?
Yes, it's week 4.
Week 4. Over-under on what week. Yeah, so that's perfect timing because the week 4 on Kelly losing the Chiefs hat and putting on the Tampa Bay Bucks hat is next year is actually week 4. Okay. So there you go.
Okay. I love it. I
that to say Tampa Bay roll.
I actually think, okay, whether you like it or not and how you feel about the Patriots, Robert Kraft, in the big picture, has done a lot for community, a lot for around there. He takes care of a lot of – he's a great owner, okay, in the NFL.
His brother ran the Boys and Girls Club up there until just last year for like a decade and a half.
I didn't know that. Well, here's what I think.
And the owner gave tons of money to them. Good inside baseball stuff.
I think that Robert Kraft is going to do what a Robert Kraft and the New England Patriots has done for years, which is take the higher road, and I think he's going to allow it to be a special night for Brady to come in. He's going to want to beat him, but they'll respect him or do something for him. They might, do a little thing before the thing, congratulating him for the Super Bowl or something, but I think they're going to come to beat him. I don't think I think
Kraft comes out on Saturday night and fires Belichick with Tom Brady just standing there smiling. That's what I think happens.
Ooh. Living in Diz.
Kidding, obviously.
let's just be honest. The Patriots right now are like a 16-year-old learning to drive a stick shift. It's kind of jerky. It's kind of it's not as smooth. By the end of the season, they'll kind of start rolling, but it'll be too late for them to gain enough traction to get into anything this year. Next year, they may have a little bit more of a formidable team, I think.
Did anybody think they were one player? They obviously, the whole conversation was about they don't have a quarterback. Okay, that's fine. Did anybody think they were one player away from the playoffs last year? Living in Diz, I'm asking you. No, they're not there. It's not a good roster.
Katie Mack says somebody sucks. I'm not sure who it is. I hope it's not me. I'm not sure. I love Katie Mack. Mr.
Rock, paper, scissors. Who is it?
Mr. Fulton,
we need a three. What's the three way to do that?
Yeah. All right, let's go over to our Monday night game for Week 4. That'll be our final game of the week that we'll be doing. I'm looking forward to this one. It's a heavy one in the AFC division there. Two teams that are going to be fighting for second place in that division myself, but we'll see what they say. Let's first, just to fire him up because I know he loves to talk about him, let's go first to Kelly to talk about the Raiders.
Well, I'm just going to tell you right now. My prediction for this game is they both lose.
Okay. They both lose.
That's just it. If they both lost, it would be my perfect season. Is what it would be. You're talking two teams that I just cannot deal with right now. Raiders is a long time Raider haters. It's just ingrained in me since I was like 5. I don't foresee the Raiders doing very well this year. I think the Chargers have another good run this year. They'll do well. They may even put up where we got to put them down, but it's going to happen. This game, I give to the Chargers over the Raiders. That's my thought on it.
Okay, I love it. Okay, a couple quick things. One, I agree with Corey that their defense was solid up there in New England. I think they'll be better this year picking up Jordan, so I agree with you there, buddy. Katie Mack says Robert Kraft is the one that sucks. She's not a Robert Kraft lover, so that's for sure. I'd like to point out,
I love Robert Kraft.
Before I jump over here to Jeff and talk about some of the Chargers keys, the Raiders went out and picked up a lot of older veteran players, so I don't need to know that they fully upgraded there.
It's called parole. Isn't that called parole?
Well, they are putting their Hall of Fame coach or their coach into the Hall of Fame this year. And again, as I go over to the Chargers and talk with Jeff, phone lines are open. If anybody would like to jump in real quick, you're more than welcome to do so. Chargers, let's talk about them, and then I'll throw it to Jeff. They had a really solid draft. Slater can flat out play. Asante Samuel, he's got lineage in his body. And Trey McKitty, I thought, was a unique pick that I think will play well for him. Jeff, your Chargers, Raiders, what do you say?
So I agree with you on the draft. I love Rashawn. I like Sam. The Asante Samuel pick, obviously his daddy was a stud. He's going to be a solid player. Rashawn is a great pick. I love it. As a Chargers Cowboys fan, I was hoping one of my two teams got him, and I was happy that one did. I honestly don't think the Raiders are going to be as good. I don't think they're going to be horrible, but I don't think they're going to be as good. They could surprise me, but I don't think they will. Honestly, if KC's line doesn't take 12 steps forward, I'm not kidding when I say I think the Chargers could win the West. I mean, obviously, I'm fanboying a little bit there, but that line's got to improve. It just has to. Now, I think it did. I like what KC did for the line, so I will. It's too early, but I'll probably pick my Chargers coming second in the division. Will Herbert take enough? If Herbert is even as good as he was last year, it doesn't really matter what else happens. He's one of the top 4 or 5 players in the league. I'm not really sure that he'll be. It's likely he's going to take a step back because everybody's got tape on him and all those things now. So I don't know. I mean, if I'm putting on my I want to be serious hat, the Chargers are going to need some help to win the division. Are they going to need some help to beat the Raiders? No, they're the Raiders, and they're
the only unique thing about. Good night, RJ. I see RJ's on his way out. Good night, RJ. Thank you for coming.
Hey, RJ. See you, buddy.
The one thing that I'll say is it's going to be interesting finally to see that stadium. I am looking forward to this. I want to see that brand new stadium filled once and see what it's like. Because I want it filled too. I want Gavin Newsom right in the middle, and I want everybody to take care of him. But that's a whole other conversation. Well, I agree, and that's a beautiful stadium. This one's at the Chargers. This game. I mean,
LA, I know
at the Raiders. At the Raiders. This is. At the Raiders.
I thought it was okay. Well,
Yeah,
whatever.
I want to see that.
Even better. They have less rules out there, so that's even better.
Yeah, they'll have people there. So, all right, let's go back into the final questions of the evening, and then we'll wrap things up here. We're a little bit over an hour, but we're having a good time with you. I hope you guys are having a good time. Cricket says to check your Instagram, please, Kelly. Throwing it out there. Jeff Aber's Herbert, however you want to kill him. I'm used to Aber. Herbert's my man crush. Must have him in all my fantasy leagues.
He's a stud.
All right, let's go to the next question of the night. I'll let Kelly start this one, and let's see what we got. Who has the toughest road back to the Super Bowl, Chiefs or Buccaneers? And your thoughts, Kelly?
Who's okay?
They're both tough, but I think the Buccaneers are going to have a harder time.
Really? Okay. Why? Just the scheduling, or
coming back a second time is harder than the first time.
Okay. Yeah, well, you would know that first.
That's just what it is. I mean, schedule-wise, I haven't got a good look at the Bucs. I know Kansas City's is pretty stout.
Both of them
no doubt.
All the first place teams from last year because they both won their division.
Yeah, but wait. Well, I'll wait my turn.
No, that's okay. Jeff, you're up. Go ahead.
Wrong answer, Kelly. The Chiefs have much harder. First of all, the Chargers. Second of all, the entire freaking AFC. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Tampa Bay. Yeah, they have a first place schedule. They have the second easiest schedule. If I'm not looking at it, if I remember correctly,
right. They did
in the entire freaking NFL, and they're not in the AFC West. I think the Chiefs have much harder of a road than Tom Brady.
Okay,
like by leaps and bounds.
Love it. All right, let's take this next question. We got a couple more here.
Also, Drew Brees is retired. There's another reason.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one. All right, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm looking at their first 6 games. Just preseason looks horrible. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
All right, let's go here to this question. Jeff, you'll start it up. Who has the most upside of these 3 quarterbacks that were drafted early? Fields, Lance, or Jones?
Okay, so the question is upside. So I'm just going to reiterate that you asked me about upside.
Yep.
And I love Justin Fields. I like Mac Jones. I don't think he's Joe Burrow, but I think there's an argument that we have every reason to think as highly of him as we do Burrow. So I think Jones is underrated. I love Justin Fields, and it's a blowout. It's Trey Lance. My goodness, this guy is insane. All 3 of them are going to be good in my opinion, even Mac. But I love Justin Fields. I don't love that he's in Chicago because that's where quarterbacks go to die. But I love Trey Lance upside. Could he be a nobody and we forget about him? Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think he is uber talented.
Okay.
I think Justin Fields is pretty talented too.
Okay. Kelly, your thoughts?
Agreed. Lance.
Okay. Me personally, I think Lance is. I think Fields is still out of the 3. You know what you're going to get with Mac Jones? He's going to be one of those guys who kind of reminds me of a more talented Trent Dilfer. He's just going to make the basic plays. He's not going to do anything.
I don't hate that comp. I don't hate that. And I loved Trent Dilfer. That's a good comp.
I love Dilfer. I think he's going to be like that. I think Fields is the one that's up in the air. I know he played, Ohio State played some big games.
Good.
Pretty good. My question with him, Jeff, is I think he takes longer than most of the top quarterbacks to read a defense and to make a decision. And I think that could hurt him in the NFL.
Okay. That's okay. I agree with that. And I've seen that at him at Ohio with him at Ohio State. But honestly, you can kind of say that about every elite NCAA quarterback because their wide receivers are often wide open, especially the Ohio State and the, Alabama quarterbacks. I mean, Mac Jones, same. Because the guy's 20. I mean, come on. His 6'3" receiver is a first round pick. We talk about Mac Jones here. So you're right, but I think the kid is brilliant. Right. I think he's a hard worker and he's insanely talented. So I really love Justin Fields. It's hard for me not to pick him, but Trey Lance. Trey Lance.
This is a Jeff opportunity for I told you so later in the season. So we'll mark that down in the books because we try to document that.
Walt is somewhere writing down everything I'm saying so he can find one that I'm wrong on.
There you go. MD Gaming says Mac Jones is going to be a bum, in my opinion. Welcome in, MD Gaming. Great to see you again.
I don't think so. MD, welcome in. I don't think so. How look at him compared to Joe Burrow senior year and tell me what's that different. I don't know.
Joe Burrow
Maybe
was
the
a
belly.
little bit faster, and he had a stronger arm, I think.
I don't know. They look a lot alike to me, and I love Joe Burrow, but I don't know.
And
We'll see.
you know, both of them were pocket passers. I think Joe was more agile and mobile than Jones was. I think Jones, when he was mobile, he looked kind of robotic almost to me as I watched it. Now it could have been that
I agree with you.
you know Alabama's line and everything and the way he was doing about it, he had more protection than everybody else out there too. You know, I mean, look, you know, we all know the story. So let's wait and see. It'll be interesting.
But that's how Brady looks even today while he's going to get his Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, well, you know, Gronkowski helped him with that. I mean, the two of them just kind of went down the thing and did their thing. And, you know, Kelly, cover a tight end. That's what you need to figure out how to do. All right, let's throw this one. Throw this one to Kelly here. Final question of the evening before we get ready to pull things together. Notable opponents this year. Here's some of the notable quarterback opponents for Trevor Lawrence. My question to you is, looking at this schedule of notable opponents, you got 5 of them there, so that's 5 games. What is Jacksonville's record with these 5 teams overall? 3-2, 1-4, 2-3. It's an interesting thought. Kelly, it's your turn here. It's a Jacksonville start. What do you think? Murray, he plays Murray in week 3. He's got Burrow week 4, Tua week 6. Week 9, Josh Allen. Week 16, Zach Wilson.
I say they go 3-2.
Interesting. Which games do you have them winning? Actually, hold that for a second. Let me go to Jeff. What do you have them going, Jeff?
2-3, and I can tell you because I'm picking, not to be in Kelly's brain here, but I'll pick Jacksonville to lose to Miami, where I think he must have taken Jacksonville to beat Miami. Am I right?
You're right.
Got to be.
And I have him.
Yeah.
I have him at 3-2. Myself.
Really? So you have him beating Miami all?
No, I'm sorry. I have him at 2-3. I have him at 2.
Because you don't have him beating Allen.
I have him 2 wins and 3 losses. The only 2 wins I have him putting up in these 3 games, I have him beating Cincinnati and I have him beating the Jets. I think the Jets, they still have more talent down in Jacksonville than New York does. I don't think they beat Buffalo. I don't think they beat Miami. And I think Arizona is a sleeper this year. A sleeper because a lot of people aren't talking about them. But they've made some.
Who is? I'm sorry.
Arizona.
Who's a sleeper?
Arizona. They've made some.
I don't disagree with that. I think that they're a talented roster, and you know, I'll say it. Kyler Murray has proven me wrong. I was not ready to say he made a good choice, baseball versus football. Obviously, I was wrong. I will say this about this matchup: if Trevor goes out and lights it up and wins in Week 6, it could be the end of Tua in Miami. It'll be. I really think this is the last year we watch Tua start games.
Really?
Stop throwing the ball up in the air. You're not a punter. You're a quarterback.
Okay. All right.
Hey, fantastic.
Fantastic Chronicles. Welcome in. Edward, welcome in. Great to see you guys here. Before we go to the final slides and wrap everything up, I want to one time again throw out there that we do have our Pickle League this year. It is free to get into, everybody. I'm going to put the link into the chat from the other computer here right now. Boom. And there. It is absolutely free to get in. It's all done online. You go in each week. You pick a team to win. When you pick a team, you get a point if they get it right. There's a ranking. We'll rank it all the way out. I think we already got 40 and 50 people in there. I would love to see it. You know, last year we had like 100. I'd love to see it up above that again this year. Clean look, cleaning service. All of their information is available in the description of the body of the video. They are bringing us this league this year. They've paid for the league, and they are putting up the funds. They've already done it. Put up the funds for the $150 gift card to be given to the winner. We had a lot of fun with this last year, Jeff. I think, Kelly. You know, I know midway through the season, we had a lot of people drop off that had – I was in there through like week 9 or week 10, and then I had like 2 bad weeks in a row, and I was done. But it was kind of fun and interesting to see what people were thinking. I'm looking forward to this.
It's fun.
All right, let me drop down here. All right, as we come up here to the night here, as we come into our final thoughts, week 3 and week 4 have some unique games. We'll recap them again. These are the games that we are going to do on this channel. My goal is that Kelly and Jeff will be with me as much as they can. We may do some games over on Kelly's channel for his Chiefs through the time too as well. It all depends on Kelly's schedule. And of course, as you guys know, for those of you that are new, Some of you know, but some of you that are new, Kelly is an excellent broadcaster from Disney. He brings Disney content from the parks, goes a lot on the weekends. Obviously, if he gets a chance to be in the park because he can get a park pass, he's going to have his phone watching the Chiefs as he walks around while Mama records and he tells her what to do. But they'll still be broadcasting. But week 3 has some good stuff. Let me just highlight the games again that we're going to be covering as we come into our final thoughts. We're going to do Panthers and Texans. That'll be a Thursday night game. Sunday, 1 o'clock, looking at Lions-Ravens on the channel. Sunday night, great Sunday night matchup, Green Bay, San Francisco. Hey, Jeff. Hey, it's Jeff. What's up? Great to see you, buddy. Great to see you.
Love your name, dude.
Oh, he's
Awesome.
great. He comes into baseball all the time. Love that guy. Week 3, Monday night, we are going to be doing broadcasting the Eagles and Dallas. That will be a great one. Week 4, you start getting into the Thursday night game, opens up its powerhouse of the future with Cincinnati taking on Jacksonville right here on the channel. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Washington, I don't have a name yet, versus Atlanta. Just so that everybody knows, if Atlanta wins this game, everything stays status quo. If Washington wins this game, Atlanta is now the Atlanta football team. Washington becomes the Washington. It's a thing they're going to do this year. That'll be kind of fun. Sunday night, again, Tampa Bay, Tom versus Bill. Who's going to throw darts first? I still think Brady, one of the times down the field, throws a ball at a receiver out of bounds and hits Bill. I'm waiting to see it. I'm calling it now. Put your money on it in Vegas. Let's see. Raiders and Chargers, Monday night, week 4. That'll be an excellent, excellent close to that week. And I'm looking forward to that.
Where did you get the picture?
What's right? What's that? That picture?
I know. Yeah, what's he doing?
Yeah, did you notice that? How he's got his tongue sticking out? You know, I did that for Jeff. He's doing that. He's doing that for Jeff. Yeah. I said, hey, I need you to take a picture. Can you take a picture? I need this for Dole Whip Dad when you guys play the Chargers, and that's what he did. I just thought that was wrong, but I wasn't going to bring it up.
I'm not a tongue guy. I'm just going to throw it out there.
So again, throwing it out. Hold on, Kelly. Let me do this, and I want to hear what you got to say because I can already see Kelly's brains thinking. Let me explain to you what we're doing, guys, if you're listening and watching the replay. We're going to do this show on Thursday night all the way up through the start of the season. We'll cover every one of the weeks all the way through, 2 weeks every week. As we get closer to the season, we're going to do our fantasy drafts on this channel. We will do our pick'ems on the channel where we lay it out who we think is going to win it all of our divisional winners and everything, along with our rookies of the year and defensive player of the year, all that stuff. Every Thursday night, 9 o'clock, right here. Let everybody know if you love football, this is where to come. When the season starts, we will be doing the games live, just like I did last year, just like I do on baseball. These gentlemen will hopefully join me. They'll be bringing me color. I'll give you play-by-play. The three of us will do it together. We'll have some fun. We'll talk football. We'll engage with the chat and have a good time. Kelly, you're laughing. What's on your mind?
No, everybody was talking about, and Mara was saying Washington doesn't have a name, but a CFL team in Edmonton took 1 year to change their name. Look, Washington, if you're watching, Pee Wee League football have names. Power Rangers, pick a name. It's okay. Get them all together, put them in a huddle, choose a name, draw from a hat, get a freaking name. Okay, I'm done.
I think they should go with the Washington Blair Witches and irritate all the people that like magic. Then they'll change it a month later. You know. All right.
They should be the Hogs. They were the Hogs. They should be the Hogs.
That's actually not bad, I gotta say.
It's great. It's historical. The fan base already loves it. They already got the stuff. It's perfect.
Who doesn't like pigs? I love bacon. Who wouldn't want to be called the Hog?
Dan Schneider might be an idiot.
Try Powerpuff Girls. Whatever works for you, whatever your team's doing right now.
Pick one of them. The Washington Dole Whips, Mr. Willie threw out. Edward threw out the Washington Deer Hunters. Washington Deer Hunters. That's interesting. Browns, best team on paper in the AFC North, MD Gaming says. Jeff, your thoughts on that? Let's talk to the chat for a minute. Browns, are they the best team in the AFC North on paper, Jeff?
No.
No? Kelly, what say you?
No.
Best team in the AFC North on paper? Nope. Okay.
No. On paper?
Yeah.
No. What kind of paper are you using? No.
No. I was going to say I can't see that. I can't see that.
Throw stuff
I can see potential. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, I love it when they argue.
Potential.
Throw
There's potential there.
throw
They're
your
not going to do
comments-
anything with it.
Open chat time. Throw your comments in there right now, and let me throw them out to the guys and see what they think. Magic of the Mouse Radio says, does Aaron Rodgers play in a game in Green Bay at all this year? Yes or no? Kelly, you first.
I say no.
Okay, Jeff?
Really? Yes, all 16.
Oh, okay.
Annoyingly.
Two different
I would love to be wrong.
here on that. I like that.
One time I thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken, so it's okay.
Okay, well, everything happens once. Cricket's leaving to go shopping because she's on the other side of the world.
Cricket.
Thank you, Cricket, for being in here.
Love
Always
you.
appreciate you. Let me see.
Don't mess
what else?
tomorrow up for us.
Captain Akron's on his way out the door. The best team in the AFC North, Mr. Willie says, is Baltimore. Kelly, do you agree?
I plead the fifth.
No, he just
What do you
said
think,
Jeff, what do you say?
your team is the best team in that division. Duh.
Well, I'm just asking you. I know my opinion. I believe we're the best team in the division. I think we're
By
one.
a lot, I think.
Okay, so I'll tell you what I think. I think we're one. And I think Cleveland's two. That Pittsburgh's three. And Cincinnati's four.
Dad builds in the house.
Dad builds is always.
Yes, Katie.
He agrees.
He's all
with
over
that.
my Instagram in Hawaii. Yes.
Oh yeah, he's everywhere. Well, he's hit the life lottery.
Pete, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Did a Kansas City fan just shush me? Is that what just happened?
It's
No.
it's quite possible.
Dad builds is in the house.
It's quite possible.
I know.
I'm not gonna be. Dad builds is always around. That's always around. So, it's been a fun night today. Hagen, what's up? Hey,
Makes me want to sing.
Kelly will love Hagen. Kelly, want to see Hagen's comment?
I see it. Love you already. We'll be best friends. Instagram.
Hagen, I liked
We're
your
good.
name so much. You had potential.
Hagen's great. Hagen comes into my baseball streams a lot. Join us here in football. I love
I
that.
mean, maybe
Somewhere out
someday,
there-
but not with that comment.
Magic of the Mouse Radio says somewhere out there is a pig that would be offended by being having them called the Washington Hogs. Anybody else have any
Hogs.
questions? Any football questions for the boys before we say goodnight? I'm just keeping the chat going for a
I
minute.
prefer true or false questions or questions that end with, of course, the Raiders suck. One of the two.
Okay. Let's see. The Dallas Cowboys is the best team on Madden.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, all right. I don't know if that's true or not.
Not a question, but,
And that's not true. It's the Chiefs, so it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to ask Preston on that one. I don't have that one.
Ask Preston if the Chiefs are better than the Cowboys on Madden.
Well,
So I don't know if I know anything about football. I know that I have no idea who the best team on Madden is.
it is what it is.
No idea.
Oh, let's see what else. Looking in the chat, see if there's anything else from before that I might have missed.
MD Gaming. Amen.
Raiders are overrated. MD Gaming says. Kelly,
Agreed.
your thoughts?
Agree.
Agreed? Okay, Jeff? Yes, no?
I don't know if I actually think they're overrated. I think that they're bad. And I think
Okay.
I'll be surprised.
They get
if
no
they're-
rating. That's what Jeff says. They shouldn't be rated.
Yeah.
That's just,
It should be rated.
no overrating.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So,
It's a
All
tough
right,
division, and they're not going to win it.
we're learning and changing this show as it goes. What we're going to do this year is at the end of the show now, I'm going to add this segment in where we're going to have an open chat with the boys for you to throw it out there
I like
into the
it.
chat, and then we can react to it. How do we think Daniel Jones will
Brittany.
do this year? Jeff, how do you think Daniel Jones will do this year? Disinfinity Daniel wants to know.
Hey, Brittany, hello. I like Daniel Jones. I like him a lot. I think if Saquon comes back, he's got a lot of opportunity to be a very, very, very good quarterback. I think they're more likely to come in second in the NFC East to my Cowboys and all the other teams that people will be picking.
Okay.
I like Daniel Jones a lot.
Kelly, your thoughts?
He needs to stop tripping, though.
I think he'll be better this year. I think they're also, the tools that they're putting around him to help a little bit will also help that. So you'll see better stuff out of him this year.
I love that. Brittany Morgan, it's great to see you. I know Jeff said hello. We appreciate all your support last year in coming over. Let all your friends know what we're doing this year. We're doing all these games. I know Brittany's got a lot of football friends around the community that watch YouTube shows, and she can help us out. Let them know. Let them know. It's Jeff says, following the Bucks, who do you think is the second best team in the NFC South with Breeze
Great
retired?
question.
Kelly, you're first.
Go, Jeff.
That's a
Go.
good one. Okay, I'll take the Saints, but there's a lot of I wonder what they're going to do with. I think between Hill and it's Winston, right? I have that right.
Yeah.
They'll be okay. I don't think. I actually like them both more than most people do. So the Saints, yeah. The more I'm thinking about, it, the more I'm convincing myself. I'll go with the Saints.
Kelly, you have any
But
thoughts?
I've already told you I like Atlanta. I just think their defense is pretty rough.
I got a curveball. I'm going to throw at both of you.
That's a tough one for me. It just is. It is.
Carolina Panthers.
I mean, I like the Falcons, but I have to again. God,
Carolina.
Jeff.
So
they've got some things to do.
Carolina Panthers. I'm telling you, they're going to surprise you. I will tell you later in the year that I'm going to tell you that Tampa Bay wins that division, but watch Carolina as your number 2 team over there.
I think they're the obvious 4 team there.
Wait.
I do have a request. Can we just name this? Kelly has finally figured out that Jeff is right next week, and for the rest of the week, until the season
No, we're not.
No.
No.
Name of the show.
LSU mom, Emma welcome in. She says, "Go Saints."
Hey, LSU.
Love Emily.
Go.
First off, your teams are struggling so bad that you had to pick 2 to try to keep with my 1.
No, I moved.
Wow.
I moved to football crazy land.
That was an incredible comment by Kelly. We have to give it to him. So here's another question.
Raise the bar.
Here's Mr. Willie says if Aaron Rodgers goes to Denver, would they be the favorite to win the Super Bowl? Kelly, yes or no?
No.
No.
That got an absolute no.
The Donkeys aren't doing anything for.
I don't even think they make the playoffs. No.
Wait, no, ain't gonna happen.
Kelly's right. 100% what Kelly said.
No. Oh, my God.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I think so, Pete. It just says they quietly made some really good moves and acquisitions. Yeah, Carolina has. MD Gaming, if Dallas D can step up this year with Dak making a comeback to control the offense, I think Dallas is going to be dangerous. Jeff, your thoughts on that?
MD's right. Matter of fact, I can tell by that comment that MD Gaming is good looking because that is how right that comment is. That is right on the money. The defense is going to be better because it has to be. And I like our draft. And I hope Dak's okay. Now, if Dak's not okay, we're in trouble.
This is how Jeff picked his wife. She said, I do like the Cowboys. And he went, I want to marry you. You're automatically better looking just because you like the Cowboys.
I said, you are way too hot for me to talk to. And she talked to me anyway. And I said,
there was actually 2 girls, Kelly, that Jeff started to talk to that night on the night that he met his wife. They were together, Paula and another young lady who will remain nameless. And they were together.
Her twin, I wish, but keep going.
And Jeff, said to her, hey, I like football. What fan are you? And Paula, said, hey, I love the Chargers. The other girl said, I love the Raiders. Jeff looked at her and said,
you have failed me for the last time.
He's like, I don't want anything to do with you. Go ahead. Magic of the Mouse Radio says Atlanta, they won't win more than 5 games this year. What say you, Kelly?
Dude.
Kelly first, Jeffrey. You can't keep going first all the time.
I'm waiting.
No.
No? Kelly says no. Jeff, more than 5 games? Atlanta?
I grew up in the late 70s, early 80s in San Diego. Air Coryell, all offense, no defense. Atlanta's going to win some games, and they're going to be fun. Kyle Pitts is a stud. Matt Ryan still looks good to me. Don't trade Julio. Calvin Ridley's a beast. I could be the starting running back on that team. I mean, well, maybe not. But that offense is going to be pretty dang good. And the division, we just said, I get it. Tampa's there, and New Orleans is going to be down. Pete's broken and thinks that McCaffrey's going to take him to the division title or something. But
Jeff, Jeff,
you just made the list.
Congratulations. You made the list, Jeff. Let me ask you this. Movie Mania Nick was in earlier. Movie Mania Nick threw out there that the Jets are going to win more than 8 games. What do you guys say? Let me throw it to you first, Jeff.
Who?
Jets,
Who?
More than 8 games. The Jets, more than 8 games?
They will over the next 6 seasons for sure. They're going to win more than 8 games. But there's no chance. How many dollar bills can you give me? I mean, bet me that they will not win 8 games because I may be a betting man. No chance. No chance.
No chance? Both of you say no chance? Okay.
No chance.
Brittany Morgan says, I agree with Space Mountain Dave that Dallas finishing last in the division.
Oh, come on, man.
Jeff, what do you say about that?
I knew that Dave had been drinking, and now we know that they're drinking together,
Okay.
And whatever they're drinking is working way too, I don't want to say well. I'm not a big drinker. Get off the drugs, people. No.
All right, we got room for one or two more. Let me throw out there. Lions are going to win 8 games. Kelly, what does say you? Lions win 8 or more? Lions 8 or more this year.
No.
What kind of games are we talking about? Not football games.
6. I'm saying 6 games they win.
Okay.
And I'm being nice.
I think they've got a good.
Keep in mind,
really nice setup.
Game. Don't forget that. We got 18 games this year.
Ping pong, 17 games. 8, they got ping pong tables in the locker room, and I'm sure they'll win some of those. But football games,
Okay. All right. Give me one more question, and we'll end the night, and I'll let the guys throw out a final thought. And we'll say, again, we'll remind you, we will be back here every week, 9 o'clock. Next week, we'll analyze weeks 5 and 6. We'll have all new questions and comments. And again, we'll do this at the end where we sit and chat with you. Let's see. We from Detroit support the Lions. I get you. Mike M.R., a great supporter of the channel. One of my super moderators says, I see the Lions winning 5 games. Yeah, Jeff.
May I make a quick Detroit comment for this is a PSA for anyone who lives in Detroit. You're not a tree. You can move. You're welcome. Next question.
Space Mountain Dave wanted me to let you know.
You're dead to me!
That's how he's not happy at all.
I love you, Space Mountain Dave, but I can't lie to you. But I love you.
Hey, it's just there's no chance the Lions win more than 5 games this year. Not a chance. Brittany Morgan always has great comments. I love her. Any thoughts on Brandon Jacobs coming back on defense? Any thoughts on Brandon Jacobs? I don't.
Running back?
No, none at all.
None at all. Nobody has any thoughts on that, Brittany. So
he was a stud and a very physical guy, but he seems like he'd be like 35, which is
he's up. That's old
for a new position.
Mr. Willie says Dallas couldn't beat a team of Girl Scouts right now. I disagree with that.
Mr. Willie hasn't been right in about 4 years in chat, but we love him too.
Yeah, no, I know. I agree. Let's see. Somebody take the crack pipe away from Movie Mania Nick. He said that's Bill says that.
Bill
says that.
Bill knows.
I'm Groot.
I agree. Jeff has been right a lot tonight. Kelly's been saying that.
I'm Groot.
No, I don't think Kelly's drinking alcohol. He's fine. Groot's worried about you, Kelly. Let's see. Anyway, Brittany says he's talking about a comeback. Interesting. Well, he must need money. All right, let's finish this up. We've had a great time tonight. It's 10:30. We always say goodbye. Kelly, last week Jeff went first on his final thought of the night. I'll let you go first. Your final thought for tonight's show.
Dave's killing it in chat.
Don't eat yellow snow.
Interesting. That's a good thought. That's a good directive. Jeff.
There you go.
Jeff,
That's
your
my
final thought.
I've never minded that much, but now I'm annoyed that I'm colorblind now that Kelly said that.
Woo! Well, this is our dream like that comment. He thought it was pretty good. Groot says Dan Snyder is terrible.
Katie, yes.
That's actually very, very funny, but I don't think Groot said that.
I'm Groot.
Oh, you did say that? Okay, I'm sorry. Never mind. Look, it's been a fun show. Again, remind you, we'll be back next week, 9 o'clock, weeks 5 and 6. We got the Pickle League this year, $150 gift card we're giving away. No name. I'm up 10. I know. I was looking for you, buddy. I'll catch you tomorrow. I'm going.
No name. You haven't yelled at me in chat. Hold on. Give No Name a chance to say something wrong about what I said in chat. Because I missed you this whole day. I was looking for you.
Jeff loves you, No Name, by the way. He's looking for you all chat coming in.
I did. I am.
While Jeff's waiting for No Name to throw something out to him, we're going to do football all the time. Let your friends know if they like football, come on over. Those of you that have my phone number, you're welcome to call into the Thursday night shows. We love you guys putting in the chat. We'll make this a part of the show that every week we finish that. So, yes, Kelly.
Can I do a shout out to my channel?
We were getting to that, yes.
Well, I was just going to say Saturday, Magic Kingdom. Rope drop till I drop.
Okay.
I was
going to say, the last thing we're going to do before we say goodnight all the time is talk about channels for a second. And that's what this next slide is before we say goodbye, Kelly. See, I was already prepared to do that, Kelly. Thinking ahead.
You're always kind. You're always kind.
let's talk about.
And I do want to say thank you to No Name for
Kelly will be
nice
broadcasting all day Saturday from the parks from Magic Kingdom. You and Mama also do chat talk where you're doing crafting with Mama. You guys do a little bit of pizza stuff sometimes with different people. You have all kind of stuff going on over there. Myers and the Mouse, focusing on the parks. When can people find you consistently? Is there a set times on anything right now, or is it more or less you better subscribe and hit the bell?
Yes, it's both. Saturdays, typically you will find us at the parks. The biggest thing that we've been struggling with right now is Disney has made it very difficult for people to get into the parks right now. Twice as hard as it was a month ago. So it can be challenging. If we're not in a Disney park, we will be at Universal. If we're not at Universal, we'll be at SeaWorld. If we're not at SeaWorld, we'll be sitting right here telling you stories about Jeff and his horrible Cowboys. So come check out the channel.
Come check out Myers and the Mouse. The link is available in the body and description of the video. Jesse's already thrown them into the chat. Super moderator that she is. Jeff, what's going on with your channel, my friend?
I just feel better that No Name's here. Like I was going to be incomplete, but No Name, love you. I don't know what time Kelly's going to be there. What time is rope drop, Kelly?
8.
I believe it's 8.
8 Eastern time, 9 o'clock. Okay, so Kelly is going to go live the same time me and my daughter are going live. Bummer. But we're going to talk a little Star Wars. We do every Saturday morning. This week's going to be a lot of fun, but next week's going to be even more fun because it's her birthday. And right before I went live with Pete, my daughter, my youngest, she's 17 or about to be 17. She's having her birthday party next weekend, not Saturday, but in like 8 days.
Okay.
And she is so stoked to come on here, and she just wants it to be about all her favorite Star Wars things. And it's really one of my favorite hours of the week because it's her favorite hour of the week. So side screen thing, get Kelly and Mama over there at Disney and watch my daughter and me just having fun. And I think I might be going live tomorrow morning for Good Morning Disney if you care about that. Sunday night,
Yes.
Creator Talk Live. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just stick around. If I haven't pissed you off, I will stick around.
Well,
Yet is that word
Yeah.
right there.
Click
Can I say this, folks?
Yes.
Here's what I will tell you. Do me a favor. Do me a big favor. Go watch Jeff on his stream before you come to mine. Okay? You don't want to miss that. And it's his daughter's birthday, folks. Go.
Well, not this weekend.
Hi.
Next weekend. I'm just
Next
next
weekend.
weekend. I mean,
So
come to
Kelly,
both.
Okay, well, I probably won't be rope dropping. So
Here's the bottom
we're
line,
good.
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there,
I'm lucky to have two great
Steve.
broadcasting partners that are solid creators that were inspirations for me to do my channel, which, by the way, I might hit 4,600 tomorrow. I'm one subscriber away from 4,600, and you gentlemen were both an influence on me and doing it. So go check them out. Click their links. Check out their content. Subscribe based on that. Hey, it's Jeff says, at Dole Whip Dad, good choice of a team. We're coming back this year. I think he likes your team choice. I think he likes your name choice. I'm glad he's here with us. Mine, hey, look, I'm doing baseball almost every day. NFL shows on Thursdays. Disney content Sunday and Wednesdays. Come back and join us. It would be a good time. We will say good night, and we will see you next week. Gentlemen, hang tight. We'll talk backstage for a few minutes. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Good night.
Yep. Come on. Jeff
That was fun.